Why did that all of a sudden? OMG. We've been live for 11 seconds, gentlemen.
And nobody's watching. I'm so disappointed.
Not a soul.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Oh, sweet.
Can we see the
Can I watch
comments?
too?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you should make it.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Barry.
Okay, let's do live chat. Okay, no, we got 10. Okay, good. Woo!
All right. That's
What
I
is
like
up,
to see.
y'all?
I'm great.
Look at that. Everybody's saying hi, hi, hi. We've got 23 people in here now.
Good morning from Germany. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. I know we waited for it to be morning in Germany. Like, we were like, okay, it's going to be 7 a.m. in Munich. Let's do this.
I lived in Germany for 3 years.
I doubt it.
Würzburg, Germany.
I highly doubt
I know
that.
how to order Zwei beer.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal there. So what is up, guys? We've got some pretty exciting news for the world of the haunted side, and well, you might notice that there's something different here, guys.
He's wearing a hat.
My hair is longer.
Oh, it's disgusting.
It is incredibly longer. He's going for the Steve Harrington hair.
Yeah.
Dude, can you please go
Look
as
at that.
a Scoops Ahoy? Okay, if
Oh.
this video gets 1,000 likes, Sean is going as a Scoops Ahoy employee.
You have to.
He
It's
is,
law.
yeah, it is
Internet
law.
law.
Like yeah, exactly. We've already determined this. Anyways, guys, everybody meet Jason. Everybody say hi to Jason.
Hello.
Jason is the newest member, guys. He's going to be helping us out doing a lot of the equipment stuff, camera work on the
Screaming.
investigations, screaming,
Running away.
having furniture thrown at him, having all kinds of things thrown around at him. And he has volunteered, guys. We are not forcing him. He is not. We don't have like a gun to his head saying you have to come in here. No, he's volunteered to come out and help us out with all of this.
I had my out. I had my chance to get out when the first something threw something at my head. And I said, hey, you want to split up?
Exactly.
I'm a glutton for punishment. You'll see.
Plus, he did show up wearing a The Haunted
In
Side
uniform,
t-shirt.
you can get yours
Yes.
on the links below.
Please do,
It's
guys.
It is a nice shirt. It's a super soft shirt. I was kind of surprised.
Oh, stop it. You were surprised? What do you think, we'd be selling like sandpaper shirts?
Not at all. Not at all.
Brave man. Everybody's saying brave man.
My kid.
So guys, we got so much to talk about, like literally so much going on. Who's excited for Donner Tunnels? Let's hear some stuff for Donner Tunnels here. Just going up and shooting B-roll, Sean and I were just kind of like, holy hell, like that place is unreal. You guys haven't seen it yet. Obviously, you saw some of the scenery in the teaser, but damn, like if you haven't been up there, it's beautiful. And then to go back at like 2:00 in the morning and walk around, you know, when there's nobody there, there's no lights, there's no anything.
Full moon.
It was full moon. It was pretty crazy, guys. I think you guys are gonna super enjoy that one. And all things said, it should be out tomorrow. I think we're gonna spend
wrap
some time
everything up
finishing.
tonight, and it'll be out tomorrow, and it will be my first official video with
Yes.
the haunted side.
Exactly.
And it was we had a rough night just trying to get shooting. Like honestly, we didn't leave to go up to it's a drive, it's, you know, an hour away, till nearly midnight, and I didn't get home till 5:30 a.m. and then had to go to work. So we put forth the effort to make sure you had an episode.
Yeah, like most definitely, unbelievable. So what's up? I mean, what else do you guys want to talk
How
about?
are you?
Yeah, how are you guys? Like,
How's things?
need a little therapy session. Let's talk, guys. Let's chat it up. What's up with you, Sean? How's life? Any Taco Bell excursions lately?
I've gone to Taco Bell once since that live stream.
Was
and,
it
I
the
didn't go
same
because I knew
Taco
that
Bell?
they wouldn't want to see me, so I sent a messenger for me. I knew they wouldn't want to see me. I might be on like a wanted poster in there somewhere. So
I think that you are on a wanted poster for damn sure.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'm afraid.
yeah.
More than afraid of the ghosts, because Taco Bell can mess people up.
Let's just say Sean.
Let's say I didn't get my Taco Bell.
Yeah, Sean didn't get his Taco Bell, and the police were called. Like I'm just like.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
out of all the fast food places I've ever eaten in my life, like Taco Bell is the worst in getting your food.
Yeah.
Even just like, what do you want?
Even if you do pay, and they're like, okay, here's your food, it's usually wrong. Like it's not like you don't get.
And
what it
it's
is that
rough
you
to
were
be
eating.
wrong when you have 4 ingredients.
I
And
know,
make up your
it's-
entire menu.
It's like, yo, it's cheese, beans, meat,
and a tortilla,
of some
stuffed
kind.
door part.
Careful, dude. Don't want to get this video demonetized.
I know. I was gonna say we're getting borderline. We're getting borderline.
Oh God.
I know people have asked a couple times in the chat, like, what places we're planning on going to. I will say that we already have shot at least 2 other videos, so there won't be as big a gap in content as you guys have seen in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And we are currently like in the planning stages of going to another place. In
Like
a
3
few
more
days.
places.
Yeah.
It's like a ton of places, guys, coming
So
up.
we are cognizant of the fact that there's been a delay in episodes, and we are definitely working to make that not happen again.
And I was very upset with Apple. I know, iPhone and all, but I was very upset with Apple. Oh, by the way, yeah, 2 against 1.
We win.
It's okay. Mine counts
Oh.
Are you gonna get the fold?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
counts
yeah.
as 2 phones because you get a fold.
Mine folds too. Watch.
So, guys, Final Cut Pro was completely down for like 2 weeks. I literally wanted to like break my computer in half. I wanted to turn my computer into a tablet because Final Cut was not working. It would crash immediately, and it was known. And Apple was like trying to fix the problem, and nothing was working. Nothing was working. It was terrible. So, but they have since resolved the issue, and they've even they gave everybody that had Final Cut, they gave everybody like a bunch of free stuff. Like you got some transitions and some sounds and everything like that as like compensation.
I wish Premiere would do that every time it crashes a movie, which is basically once every
Yeah.
time you use Premiere.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, you think about using it and it just crashes.
Yeah, it's like
Really.
It works fine when I'm like just bringing up random projects to like double check something, but then when I finally sit down to like do whatever kind of project,
The big one.
It sucks. I lost like 4 hours worth of work like 3 days ago.
No, you
and
didn't.
I like I have since like not gone back on to edit it. Like,
You're just like,
the
no.
thing I'm editing for. I'm like, I don't want to look at you. I don't want to look at that video, dude.
Oh, no.
It sucks so bad.
We got Marcos asking, would we investigate a graveyard or a cemetery? Absolutely.
We kind of are. We have the Clown Motel down in Tonopah. We're going to investigate the building itself, which I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of 50-50 on if it's even haunted. I think it's more creepy than haunted. But the cemetery that it is built right next to is supposed to be ridiculously haunted.
So I've been to the Clown Motel before. I've stayed the night there. I didn't notice anything really, but that cemetery next door, and just the town of Tonopah in general, just because of the straight up history that it has, it's one of the most fascinating cemeteries I've ever been to. And some of you can maybe let me know of some you've been to if this is the same thing, but there's the cemetery in Tonopah and a cemetery nearby. It's the only ones I've been to, and I've been to a lot, where how people died are on nearly every marker. What are you doing? You yell at me. Like literally, there are markers that are like, this person died in a mine fire. This person died from sickness. This person died from murder. It literally says, you know, Joe Johnson murdered in the alleyway behind this pub, this date, and
That's
it's
insane.
so interesting to walk through there and literally see the dark history of this place. And we'll go into that when we go to this location. We'll go into the history of that. But I'm super excited to go back to that cemetery and specifically that location.
Heck yeah. And Cheryl C., yes, this is Jason. Everybody who's new is just tuning in. This is Jason. He's going to be helping us out with equipment, camera work, all that kind of stuff. And he came in uniform.
You can get yours, man. Go up.
Please, guys, get down there and get some merch. Let's see what else we got. Are you in a garage? Yes, we are in what is known as the workshop. This table back here is where stuff gets taken apart and tweaked and have a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed old Lynn's Loft back there. Go show them some love because they, Sean, bend over that way. They showed us some love, guys. Look at this beast. Oh my God.
Ooh, this is heavy.
That's like the equivalent of catching like 3 full-bodied apparitions in one investigation.
I tell you, after an hour and a
Camera
half, I go home, I wake up the next morning, my shoulders and arms are killing me.
What were you using? Were you like holding it just handheld? Like
Monopod.
oh, okay.
But for a lot of the time, we're walking around a lot, so the monopod's good for just like resting it if like something's happening or whatever. But I'm carrying it around so much because we're doing so much walking. I'm just not used to that much exercise with something like this. If I had to handhold this thing, I would die. I would just die.
You'd be like, yeah. Okay, let's see. Aubrey Hope asks, what was our favorite investigation so far?
Well, I've only been on 3, so 3.5. 3.5. You'll see.
You'll see.
Not the tunnels, but the one after the tunnel. I don't know when they're gonna air.
The Comstock mill?
There's a mill that we went to. It was amazing, and I was scared out of my mind.
Sean's favorite was the Eureka Opera House.
Still can't look at a door.
Yeah, I would say that probably my favorite because it was the one that definitely was like I guess full pun intended, the nail in the coffin for my experiences within like this paranormal world. I mean, it's one of the things that like that location, it was so haunting and it was so disturbing, and something was there absolutely that was so negative and was so bad that I didn't even watch the episode, and I still to this day have not watched the episode. I mean, I lived it. I lived it, and it changed me. It changed me for a lot of reasons, and some good, some bad, but it definitely did something to me that was just it. I don't know. So I guess that's another thing we can talk about is so. One of the things that is happening with the haunted side right now is something that we'll make a full video on soon. But as we start this new chapter with the haunted side, it's important to know that the Irika Opera House episode that I'm sure you guys saw, or I hope you guys saw, it looked like a super chat or something just came up.
Yeah. Marley, heck yes. We love you.
So the Eureka Opera House was something that it'll stick with me for the rest of my life, and essentially that place did something to me so terrible that I was down farther than I've ever been in my entire life in terms of my my mood, my emotions. There was something there that wanted me either like dead or at the very least sad. Like it wanted me sad to the point where I didn't even want to like wake up, and it scared me to the point where I was walking around my house like not comfortable in my own skin, in my own home, and that place did something that I'm still to this day. I mean, how long has it been? What, like 2 months, 3 months maybe?
Yeah, 2.5 months.
At least a few months later, I'm still trying to recover. I'm still trying to rebuild myself. I'm getting better day by day. And like I said, we will do a full video that will talk about my experience there and what it did to me and why we're starting this new chapter of the haunted side. But basically, all in all, I've had to step down from doing investigations because whatever I have inside of me, whether it's something that is tangible, like it's an actual thing, like there's something that chemically makes me the way that I am, that it makes me susceptible to this negative and positive energy, I can't allow myself to be open to that anymore, unfortunately. And it's a really unfortunate thing for me because, you know, we're having such amazing growth with Patrick and I, and so quickly too. Like you guys loved everything that we did, and I will never ever be able to thank everybody for their support, for everything that they've done for Patrick and myself. You know, when we got started, it was everybody's love, it was everybody's support, the good comments, the views, the likes, everything that you guys have done from the second that I joined the haunted side. Obviously, still up until now, I can't even put into words how thankful I am for everybody. But if you guys have seen the Irika Opera House episode, you will see that there was something there that didn't care for me, and it latched onto me. Whether it was physically a part of me for the weeks to come, or it just imprinted on me something so dark and so negative that I couldn't shake it, and I had a hard time. I had to go see the pastor that married my wife and I. I had to go swim in the waters of Tahoe where I was baptized to feel like I was getting better. I had to do so many things to rebuild myself from the ground up that now that I'm doing better, now that I am in a better place mentally and emotionally, I do need to understand my own limits. I need to understand the things that I'm capable of, and I do think that it is a better thing. It is better for me to step down from the investigations and to continue to do the things that I love that will contribute to the show. So like the B-roll, the drone footage, the interviews, everything that makes the show look beautiful and polished before we go into these like shitholes. I will do my best to make it look as beautiful as I can. And if the day comes where I'm strong enough to be able to get back in these locations and investigate, you bet your ass I'll do it. But for the time being, it's something that it sucks because I want to go back and do it. Like I want to be able to just do everything like we did before, but I have to take care of myself and my family, and it's something that it's been taking a long time to rebuild, and I'm getting better. But this is why we have Jason here to be able to step up, to be able to take my place in the investigations, and be able to provide all this content and all this kind of stuff for you guys, which is really awesome that he's able to do that. But it does suck. At the end of the day, it sucks. Everything about it sucks, and it's something that if I could change, I would, but I can't. And I'm really hoping that everybody can understand it and appreciate it, and do whatever they can to welcome Jason onto the team, to understand where I'm coming from as my limitations are now being met, and support that. But know that as long as I can be a part of this team, as long as it makes sense, as long as it fits in with everything that we're trying to do here, I'm going to stay a part of it. But it's been tough. It really has been tough, but we'll have a full video about it very soon, where I can go in further detail about the things that I've experienced over the last couple months. But if you haven't seen the Irika Opera House, that's a hell of a fucking promo, so you better go watch it. So go watch it.
Watch
Please
the
do.
episode that messed the man up.
Yeah. So guys, so everybody show Sean some love right now. Give him some love. Send him some positive vibes, because you guys have responded well to everything that we're doing because of our authenticity, because of how real these investigations are. And if you had any doubt up until this point, I hope that proves it. Because if this was fake, if we were faking this, Sean wouldn't have to do this. He'd be like, okay, well, I can just keep going because I know it's all fake. Everything that we're doing is real, it's authentic, and it took its toll, unfortunately, on Sean. But yeah, send him love, guys. Send him some positive vibes. But again, like he said, he's not leaving. I saw a couple people crying and thinking that you're leaving forever. Sean is not leaving. Sean is just not going to be filming the investigations, but he is still going to be a huge part of the team, doing all of the B-roll shots, doing all the drone shots, filming interviews, doing the walkthroughs, doing all of that kind of stuff. So you will definitely still see his pretty face and his long hair for many years to come, for as long as he wants. We've got a bunch of questions to get to now. How long have you been doing this type of work, and were you all skeptical? I'm still skeptical. Like, I almost joke that I don't believe in ghosts until I catch another piece of evidence, and then I'm like, oh crap, hold on, let's try to debunk this from every angle. Oh crap, we can't. Damn it, this is by definition paranormal. It is above the normal now. Jason, let's hear from you. How How skeptical are you?
I'm pretty skeptical. I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I know there's something out there, I just don't know what it is. And if just for those of you, like, I just started the Donner Tunnels was the first investigation I've ever been on, other than like a group tour somewhere kind of thing. It's something I've always wanted to do. These guys were kind enough to let me join the team and experience it, and I'm ready to see some more. So I'm a few weeks old. That's my thing.
And Sean, I'm gonna say Sean was pretty skeptical. And after what he was just talking about,
Skeptical
you were skeptical
about the paranormal.
Yeah, you were kind of
So
skeptical.
I had like any rational person's skepticism about this kind of thing. You know, it's one of those things where if you haven't seen it, if you haven't actually experienced it, how can you say it's true? But for me, I'd always just believed that it was true, regardless of the kind of experience that I had or not. So I was already willing to believe going in. I wasn't not willing to believe when I started this whole endeavor. I definitely have had some paranormal experiences in my youth, but it was one of the things where, you know, I was a kid. I don't know if I was actually just really seeing these things, and, you know, I've just told myself this lie over the years, so it's become something like that. I didn't really know, but going into it, I was very excited and willing to believe. But definitely, like Patrick said, if anybody out there is watching what we do, and you feel that urge to write that comment that's like, this is total bullshit, I just want you to know that we say this in every live thing, but yeah, I wish that it was bullshit. I wish that there was these things that didn't touch me, that didn't whisper to me, that didn't throw things at us, that didn't absolutely just rock our world. So that way I could sleep a little bit better, and I wouldn't have to have step back from this. But yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, I encourage people to go out there and experience these kind of things for themselves. Obviously, be careful, protect yourselves mentally, physically, spiritually. But if you are if you are a skeptic, I think that no matter what happens to you, you're going to quickly be like, oh, that's not true. That's not actually what's happening. But some things are unexplained, and you have to be willing to digest something that you can't explain and just put it in that compartment of unexplainable. And it doesn't give you any answers. None of this, nothing that what we've done has given me any answers. It's giving me more questions than anything. But if you can go in willing to question, then I think that you're going to take a lot out of any kind of paranormal investigation, whether it be something local, something that's really, really, really drastic, like when we did the Winchester Mystery House.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely out there, and I wish that it wasn't, so that way I wouldn't have been so negatively affected by it. But yeah, I might have been kind of skeptical, but who isn't? But now I'm not. Now it's like, I know it's there, and I'm just saying, I will deal with death when I'm fucking dead now.
Well, I think that needs to be on a shirt.
I'll
deal with death when I'm
fucking dead. But right now,
would you buy that shirt, guys? Would you wear that shirt? Let's
a shirt much like this one, which you can.
I know. Look at that. The haunted side. Love it. Sean, you were getting and just outpouring of love.
Yeah, thank you all. I'm seeing it.
Sending positive vibes, sending prayers. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. There was a good question. Donner Tunnel episode? ? Waiting. Tomorrow.
99% sure it'll be tomorrow.
99.9999992% chance it will be uploaded tomorrow. Basically, we just have to do voiceovers, and I think we're gonna do that very soon.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what else we got going on here, guys. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're caught up.
We're caught up already?
We're caught up, yeah.
Come on, guys.
All right.
90 people,
Annie.
no questions?
Annie Gonzalez. She got her merch today. Did you get it today? When did you get it? Super stoked. It's 5:40 a.m. in the UK, by the way.
A.M.
5:40 a.m.
Time to go to work.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Getting notifications like, the Haunted Side's live. And you're like, God almighty. My alarm isn't even going off for another 3 hours.
Right.
And yes, we did turn the fan off. I saw somebody comment that.
Hey, before we started, I'm like, do you guys want to turn the fan off because of the noise? And he's like, nah, it's fine.
I think actually I said yes. It's going to kill the audio.
That's what I said.
I'm pretty sure
A
there was
true
something a
filmmaker,
little
I was
more
like,
aggressive.
this is gonna ruin the audio.
This is going to sound
And he's like, nah, it's
terrible.
fine. It's good."
Absolutely
And I know
terrible.
some people were like, oh, I see orbs above your guys. It's bugs. We got some bugs up in here.
There might be a bug or two
Little-
flying around
little
here.
couple moths flying around because we got the lights on us. We want you to be able to see us. It's
I
fine.
know. We need to look. It's hard to look this pretty, guys.
Melissa is asking, so am I hearing that Sean is stepping away? He's stepping back from doing the investigative aspect of the videos, but he's still going to be part of the team, and he's still going to be kind of making the show look pretty and all the B-roll and making sure that we do not have crappy quality.
Yeah, Sean is definitely not leaving, guys. But like he said, he's gonna take a little bit of a break from doing the investigations. But yeah, everything, all the stuff that you guys love about it, all those intros and all that dramatic scenery and everything that you see, that comes from this man right here. And a little
android.
A little
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, so when I initially joined the team, and still obviously to this day, I have been and always will be a filmmaker. And I've always been a documentary filmmaker. That's what my degree is in. That's everything that I've been passionate about. And that is one thing that I knew would be super awesome to be able to apply to this this new project.
Yeah.
And so that's where my training is at. That's where everything that makes me, like all those creative ideas that I have, that is what I bring to this. And obviously when we go into the investigations, it obviously is less of the creative side, I would say, if between the B-roll and the actual investigation. So I still love being the filmmaker, and I still love being able to do all that kind of great stuff. And like I mentioned earlier, if I ever get my strength and my willpower and my, I don't know, just my soul back to where it used to be, I'm not ever ruling out the possibility of rejoining. Patrick and I have also talked about some really awesome stuff about what other things can we do, what other things can I do for this team, because we've built up such a great community with the Haunted Side. We've built up such a great following. We've built up some really amazing fans, and we say this again in every live stream, but guys, we see everything. We read everything. We look at every single thing. So everything you guys tell us, it's not being outsourced somewhere and somebody's just responding with quick commands. It's like us. We see these things. So I love every single one of you guys for having loved us so much. And a part of me doesn't want to leave you guys. And so Patrick and I have talked about what we can do for the Haunted Side as like a major umbrella, but being able to work on additional projects within the Haunted Side universe, I guess you could say. So that way I myself can still practice my love of filmmaking, but maybe apply it to something else. The Haunted Side doesn't have to stop with ghosts. It doesn't have to stop with spirits. It doesn't have to stop with what we've been doing. There's so much more to this world that we don't understand beyond ghosts. And me being a documentary filmmaker, that to me is awesome. That I can be able to hopefully apply my documentary interests and my documentary skills, I guess, to producing other things within the Haunted Side. But like, for example, obviously nothing's set in stone, but for example, BuzzFeed has BuzzFeed Unsolved, and then BuzzFeed Criminal Minds, all those, whatever that second show is, I can't remember what it is, but they do have other things within it. And one of the things that Patrick and I have kind of briefly kind of talked about, again, nothing's set in stone, so something might come of it, something might not, but there's a lot of things out there that we could investigate that aren't necessarily ghosts, that people are still interested in these kind of topics and these things that don't have answers. And that's one of the things that I think that every human is drawn to is just the unexplained. And one of the things that I think that we've had a lot of luck doing is being at the right place at the right time, and maybe that luck won't run out. Maybe we'll be the guys to capture some things on some other realms of the paranormal, and be able to bring that to you guys, because we know that you guys are hungry for answers, and we're hungry to give you some if we can.
Yeah, absolutely, well said. And that, I mean, he's talking, guys, like cryptids. He's talking, UFOs. I mean, literally anything that is unexplained, that is, paranormal. We want to explore that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously, why would we not? Because I like what you said. I mean, we seem to be at the right place at the right time a lot. Like, so who knows? I mean, maybe we'll catch something, you know, unbelievable that just blows the doors open for a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, where are we all from? I am from Dallas, Texas, but I now live in Reno, Nevada. Sean!
Hey, my name's Sean. I'm 26 years old. I like walks on the beach. I'm born.
Wait, this isn't YouTube dating.
It's not.
No, Facebook
Right.
dating is a
gotta go.
real thing
I gotta
now. But YouTube
gotta
hasn't
go.
started that just yet.
No, so I was born in San Diego. I've moved around quite a bit. I'm sure most of us even have, but I've lived in like Nevada. I've lived in California, New Mexico, Texas, but obviously currently living in Reno, but born in San Diego.
Born and raised in Reno, Nevada.
Ooh, look at that.
There
A
you go.
true
Reno
night? Reno night?
Renoite.
I left and came
Got it.
back. I lived in California a little bit in Texas, a little bit in Germany, and then back to Reno.
All three of us have lived in Texas?
That's pretty cool.
Heck yes. The
I
haunted
live in
side.
Austin. I live in Austin. You said you live
I
in
live in
Dallas,
Dallas.
right?
And I lived in Austin.
San Angelo.
Ooh,
Where's that?
fun.
Almost dead center-ish.
Yeah, that's a great.
It's about the size of Reno. It's
Okay.
like
Yeah, it's
I've
a
always
tiny
lived in
town.
kind of smaller towns.
I lived there when I was really young, so I don't remember too much about it other than the June bugs being out of control. Those things are no joke.
Just bugs in general,
Yeah.
dude. I saw
Yeah.
cockroaches that were like literally like
Yeah.
they look like
You just
small
ride 'em.
dogs.
Yeah.
Like I was like, Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Is it Sean, or Sean?
It's Sean with
Okay.
an S.
There we go.
Sean with an S.
Sean, S-E-A-N, the Irish way.
Scene.
Yeah. C-A-N.
Have you seen the spelling of my name, Sean?
Can you guys please find Bigfoot? Hey, again,
He's right over there.
we don't. I
He's
mean,
off camera. You can-
yeah, we.
He's
Who
shy.
knows? Probably. I mean, look at what we've captured already, guys. It's unbelievable.
He's the one that was throwing crap at us.
Dude, oh my god, that'd be amazing. I'd be like, yo, sit down. I got some questions for you, Bigfoot. Let's see. Where we go? Scariest thing that's happened to you in an investigation.
You'll see it.
Yeah, the scariest thing I think that's ever happened to me during an investigation wasn't something that happened yet with the haunted side, like filming the series. But the times that I've investigated Waverly Hills Sanitarium, I got scratched, and I got scratched so hard on my side I actually started bleeding. So that was pretty terrifying. If we're talking about stuff now, the scariest thing that's happened to me now that I can say, because some episodes haven't come out yet, but the scariest thing that's happened to me so far in season 1, it probably is the chair. I mean that.
The Donovan Mill?
Yeah, the Donovan Mill. I
was
still can't get
ridiculous.
over that. That was. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it was so weird, and the room was bright. It wasn't like we were just in the middle of nowhere, dark. We couldn't see anything, and then we hear something, and we just go like, "What the hell was that?" I mean, we're sitting there, lights on, cameras rolling, everything, and we catch an object move. Not even just like a little, you know what I mean, or something like that, like where it could be anything, but like you guys seen it. I mean, just come flying up like that, unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was terrifying. Sean, I'm gonna probably go with doors.
So I haven't watched the Eureka episode like I mentioned before, but I did feel strong enough. I hadn't watched it, but I lived it, and I was curious to see how we did it. And we did it in a way so you could see that Patrick was nowhere near me, and that I
in the
was all
basement,
alone.
weren't you?
Yeah, he was completely on his own in the basement,
God.
2 stories below me. And I watched it, and I'm not gonna lie, like the sounds of the door, the first door was like acceptable, but then the second door was when it opened and then slammed. Those, like that exact frequency of the door shutting and slamming, like I almost threw up. Like I'm not gonna lie, it triggered something like so deep in me of like a primal fear that, or it's now worked its way into a primal fear. That sound of that door opening and shutting, and as soon as I watched, like literally threw my phone down and I like put my hands on my head and I walked around my house for like 5 minutes because you hear the door open completely on its own. It opens 100% on its own. It goes,
Yeah.
slam, and then I just like in the video, guys. I don't know if you've ever heard me say this, but watch that part of the video. You're gonna hear me go quiet, and then you're gonna hear me really quietly. You're gonna hear like a little rustle, and then you're gonna hear me go. And the reason, it's really, really quiet because the mic was kind of low. But the first thing about that is I actually grabbed my heart, and my mic was right about here, so you kind of heard me go like that. And then I breathed in and I breathed out, and because there's no camera on my face, I shut my eyes on that moment, and I breathed in and I breathed out because my heart was beating so fast that I was actually concerned that I was going to die. Like, I thought that I was moments away from death if I didn't calm myself down. Because I've played soccer my whole life. I was a very, very athletic kid. And I have never felt my heart race as hard as it did. Like, being as athletic as I was, I knew the difference between being your heart working hard because you're working out, and being genuinely terrified to something deep inside you, like down to your soul, basically. And you'll hear me grab my mic or grab my heart, but my mic was right there. You'll hear me breathe. And then I knew, me being like such a positive person all the time, I told myself, make yourself laugh, make yourself laugh, make yourself laugh. I turned the camera around and I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. Goodbye. I like flip out the ghosts. I'm out of here. You want me out? I'm good to go. I'm good with that. I will check out. Yeah, I'll check out right now. And then I turn my camera around. I'm like, Patrick, I'm fucking done.
Yeah, and
Listen,
guys,
I would have probably done exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
When I saw that video, I was like, no, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I am leaving if that ever happens.
guys, and the most terrifying part of all of it is like what Sean said. You actually hear the door open, and then you hear the door slam shut. And that door, earlier on in the episode, we kind of give you a peek around it. But all it does is there's a staircase that goes all the way down to like a door to the outside. So if anybody was there, you would have heard them. First off, you would hear somebody coming up the stairs because it's loud back there. In a quiet room like that, where the sound is meant to project out, you would hear everything. Because we actually,
so loud.
we debunked it as there's nobody back there. Because I don't know, it didn't make the episode. It'll probably make a behind the scenes episode. But I remember going through that door, and I remember just walking down like maybe 5 or 6 of the steps. And being like, can you hear me? And he's like, absolutely. Like, it's super loud. It's like projecting out, like doom, 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 coming up and down the stairs. And in that sequence, there's nothing. It's totally silent. So even if I wanted to screw with Sean and run up the stairs, open the door and slam it, run back down the stairs, and then run back into the basement, you would hear me.
And what you can hear it in my voice. I go from being like confused to immediately angry because my world is changing in front of my face. I go, Patrick, and then the door opens and then it slams, and I'm like, Patrick! Like, if that's you, I swear to God, I'm going to kill you. But then it wasn't, and that reality, I will never be able to shake that feeling ever again. I will be able to tap into that feeling of your own reality changing, and it's something that I hope people get to experience it. But I wouldn't wish it on, like my worst enemy in terms of the fear that I experienced. But when you have something so life-changing happen like that, reality altering, it does what it did to me. It put me in a crazy place for a while. Absolutely a crazy place.
So, Jason, do you have the balls to do Sean's job permanently?
Did someone say that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do as many investigations as I can, but honestly, like when I first met up with Patrick and he kind of explained to me what happened with Sean, he's like, so what do you think about that? Like, do you want to go into a situation where you could possibly, I don't know, face one of your greatest fears and come out changed and scared out of your mind? And sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably a
He said, "I'll
stupid
give it a
question,
go."
but I'm not going to sit here and say like that kind of situation's not going to happen to me.
Yeah.
I watched that video. Again, I would have done the same thing. Doors open and slamming all by yourself.
Yeah.
And guys, honestly, it has nothing to do with the size of Sean's balls. Sean is an unbelievably brave human being.
Show 'em your balls.
Yeah.
Even-
All right.
yeah. Definitely
demonetized.
Definitely not demonetizing. It has nothing to do with that, guys, because we're not talking about a physical fear in this regard. I mean, we're not talking about like there's a big guy and Sean's like, well, I don't want to fight him because I might get beat up. I mean, we're talking about a spiritual realm where it doesn't matter who you are, what you believe in. This entity or this whatever this was, this negative energy, it wanted to destroy Sean. It wanted to destroy his life, his family, everything around him. And Sean's still here. And Sean, you know, went into a pretty dark place, obviously, but he's here, and he's not leaving, guys. That's a big thing. He's not leaving. So I know everybody's like crying and like, no, Sean, he's still going to be part of all this. But again, I mean, send him some love, guys, because he really, and like he said, we're gonna do a video. We're gonna go into more detail. We're gonna talk about this. But Sean really went through a pretty traumatic event for weeks after the filming of that episode, and so I won't say too much more, but send him some love, guys, because yeah, it's unbelievable stuff. Hello from Vegas, Waverly Hills Sanitarium. Yes, we were going to Waverly Hills Sanitarium. As soon as it's not Halloween, because they already want $5,000 for one night, just on any day during the year at all.
Did you take a check?
Yeah.
All right, check right now.
Anything.
Not my check.
Yeah. Wait a second here. Anything in October is like a good like $15,000-$20,000 to film for one night. So that one would probably have to wait until Q4.
But we do have some cool episodes coming up and some cool investigations that'll make October here at the Haunted Side really exciting.
Hell yeah. Guys, it's looking like we're going to release an episode, at least one every week, from now until after Halloween. That's the goal, because you know it took three almost a month now to get another episode up. So, and Donner Tunnels, guys, 99.9999992% chance it's coming out tomorrow. What kind of structured light sensor camera do you have? It's this guy right here. It is just an Xbox 360 sensor that I have a tablet that I run the Xbox Connect SDK on a Windows tablet.
It's pretty cool.
I am going to be making a video. I need to make a video about that. I've been saying that for a while now. I need to actually sit down and do that.
Bugs.
What did I miss? Where is Sean going? Crow of Judas.
He's
By the
going
way, guys,
right over
Crow
there.
of Judas did an amazing video. So Crow of Judas, he actually goes through and a lot of the stuff on YouTube that is just blatantly, obviously fake, total bullshit. He calls them out, and he does whole videos where he's just like, he will tear it apart and be like, look at this, look at this thing, and then look at this frame, and you'll see that this isn't real, or that this is something else, or whatever. And he got a lot of comments saying, well, who do you like? Like, what kind of paranormal investigators do you actually have, some respect for, and do you watch on your own time? And he did an entire video about the Haunted Side and how authentic we are, how all of the money that we have invested in all this gear here, why the hell would we spend all this money and then go out and fake evidence? You know what I mean? Like, he really brought to light of a lot of really awesome points. So if you guys aren't following him already, go ahead and search Crow of Judas and go and subscribe to that channel, because he's got some really good stuff. And I love when he just like, because he's funny too. He's got some really like. Did you watch some of it?
I didn't even know that he actually did it. I knew.
Yeah.
I remember last time we did a video, he got brought up, and I was looking up for the next video, but I didn't know that he did one already.
Yeah, and so watch that one because it's great. But then watch some of the ones where he just like rips these people apart.
Yeah.
And I was laughing, dude. I was laughing so hard I was crying. It was so good, because you're right. Unfortunately, YouTube is just full of all of this crap that's just clickbaity as hell and just stupid and just setting the paranormal world back like years and years and years. But yeah, this video was like it was fantastic. Thanks again, Crow Judas. Really appreciate that.
I would say one of the things we kind of have going for us, at least on my end, I don't really know these guys. It's probably not a good idea for me to go into dark, spooky, possibly haunted places in the middle of the night with two dudes I don't know, kind of thing.
Or the best idea.
But I've only known Patrick for a few weeks. I got tapped to help out, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So if some people are like, oh well, they're not gonna admit if they faked something, I have no.
You have nothing to lose.
I have no reason to lie.
Yeah.
If I've gone on these investigations. If I saw something that I knew was completely fake, I would be like, guys, that's fake. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I'm good to go. I have seen some stuff I can't explain. I have literally seen stuff where me and him are nearly holding each other, like, and stuff is happening, and I'm like, I don't know. There's only, it's either I'm not seeing something that should be obvious to me, like the guy in the corner throwing stuff at us, or there is something else that didn't want us where we were.
Yeah. So like he was saying, guys, we filmed a few investigations that are getting edited as we not as we speak. We're doing this as we speak, but they are being edited. And so one of them, you guys know, is Donner Tunnels. That one's coming out tomorrow. We filmed at the Comstock Foundation, the people who led us into the Donovan Mill. They do have another property on the Comstock that there was actually seasoned veteran paranormal investigators, like several of them, like almost a dozen people, that refused to go back into this location. They have all said that this was by far the most haunted, the most terrifying building that they've ever been in, ever, period. And some of these people have investigated for like 15, 20 years or longer. So we actually got invited to go in there. Unbelievable, guys. That one's coming up pretty soon, probably within the next week or so, week or two. And then we actually got invited to Fernley, Nevada, and we investigated the Fernley, Nevada Chamber of Commerce, which actually used to be the first schoolhouse in Fernley, and the building right next door to it was actually the very first county jail. So we got to investigate both of those locations. That video is coming pretty soon. And we're going to be heading out to the Tahoe Biltmore Hotel this weekend after the Donovan Mill Live. We're actually going to be heading out there and filming at the Tahoe Biltmore, which I believe it is over 300 confirmed suicides in this building.
You said only?
Yeah. Yeah. No, did I say only?
I think you said only.
I mean, there's only 300.
I know, like,
wait,
only
can't be
3
that
confirmed
bad.
suicides.
So not only.
There are,
unfortunately, did I say? I didn't say only.
I think you said only.
If I said only, I apologize. There has been confirmed at least 300 suicides is what I'm gathering. So we're gonna be spending some time in there. Like I said earlier, guys, October is going to be cram-packed with just some craziness. We also have the Washoe Club. I know that's been a place that we've had on the list for a long time to get out to. We're going to check that one off this month as well. Tonopah, the Clown Motel. We talked about that earlier. We're going to be heading down there. Bobby Mackey's is still in the works. Bobby Mackey's kind of ended up being almost the same situation as Waverly Hills. We had one thing kind of set, and then being so close to Halloween, it kind of got changed around. So we're gonna wait till after Halloween, so that we don't have to get like 3,000 more patrons to be able to
If you want to become a patron.
You guys are unbelievably amazing. Thank you so much. You are literally the reason we get to do this, and make these episodes and make them look as amazing as they are. So if you have not, or if you've been thinking about becoming a patron, head on over right now, patreon.com/thehauntedSide. I'm telling you, even $1 helps, because we have 20,000 now subscribers. If we can get everybody to do $1, $20,000 a month, you guys better believe you'd have a new episode like every other day. Like, that's all we had to do. I know. No, I would. I'd be like, look, I've got the iPhone. I'm about to go
in my bathroom.
Yeah, I'm in my bathroom. Yeah. Is this a gateway? Oh my God, that figure's huge. Yeah, that. Oh man, that. Damn it, we're getting demonetized like immediately.
Damn, that's a big figure.
Whoa, full-bodied apparition. There's some people in here who remember that.
You pay double for that kind of action, dude. So Melissa,
$2 a month.
Melissa Colbeck, I think I seen this. So Melissa Colbeck, a little while ago, you said that your son is an aspiring documentary filmmaker. That's super cool. For me, I wasn't necessarily a documentary filmmaker going into college. but then I decided to go with documentary rather than narrative filmmaking. And what I would recommend that to anybody who's interested in getting into filmmaking, because everybody knows that a film is a multi-person process. I mean, you watch the end credits for a movie and there's hundreds of people, sometimes thousands, like depending on the movie. It can be crazy. So as a documentary filmmaker, though, you get trained with you being like the one-man kind of band, being able to be self-sufficient, being able to deal with the elements that are thrown at you. You don't have somebody walking around making everything beautifully lit. You are the person who will have complete control over most of the elements within the video, if not all. So I went to California State Long Beach, CSULB, and I would recommend that school to anybody who is trying to go. By no means it is not a film school. I wasn't able to afford like Chapman or Full Sail or anything like that. I was only able to get into what I was able to get into, and Cal State Long Beach is a very affordable college. I learned I didn't even know this when I actually went there, when I started to go there. I didn't know this until I got there, but Cal State Long Beach is actually where Spielberg graduated from. He didn't attend there in college, but after he became a famous filmmaker, apparently he went back to school and then got his degree from Cal State Long Beach. So that's a pretty cool thing. But then for anybody also trying to get into any kind of like art program, California State University Long Beach has the best publicly funded art program of any university in California. So kudos to Cal State Long Beach. If your son is looking at colleges right now, I would definitely do a little bit of research on Cal State Long Beach, because that's where I got every single aspect of my filmmaking experience from. So I loved it. I loved every step of it.
And it obviously worked, guys. Watch the intros to any of the episodes. Watch the episodes if you haven't seen anything yet. Let's say welcome to our two newest patrons, guys, Steven and Thomas. Huge shout out, Steven. Thank you so much. That goes a long way. Thomas, you are amazing. Seriously, thank you guys so much, because like we said, every single dollar goes right into equipment, locations, and getting to those locations. Because like I said, guys, it's about, I mean, it can go anywhere from about $1,000 up to $5,000 per episode. Like, that's what it costs to get into some of these locations. So every single bit helps, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are unbelievable for giving us the opportunity to do something that we're so passionate about. What else we got? I think we saw some other questions. Let's check out some more questions. You guys probably want to get to know Jason a little bit here, right? Anybody just tuning in, Jason is going to be joining. He's helping us out with equipment and some camera work. Really, really cool. And yes, I'm gonna say it again. In uniform. Let me give that a feel. Wow, that is a high quality.
A couple extra dollars on the premium shirt.
That is a high quality premium shirt right there. How many of you guys have merch? I know Annie's got a shirt. Who in here has some of the merch? I know if you guys haven't already, take a picture of it, post it up on Instagram, use the hashtag #TheHauntedSide so we can see it. May says, I do. Which one do you have?
Somebody asked me what my favorite color is. It's blue. Somebody asked me what got me into investigating. I mean, I grew up watching horror movies, and the ghost movies scared the living hell out of me, and I loved it. And I've always wanted to do some sort of ghost investigation. I've had a couple paranormal experiences in my life. I've had friends or family members that have had some pretty wicked paranormal happenings. So it's something I've always wanted to do. And so when Patrick invited me to jump on the team and help out, I said absolutely.
Hell yeah. And May wants to let us know that she has her sushi manatee lips shoelaces.
I gotta get that one too.
Yeah.
Sushi manatee lips shoelaces.
Well, should we bring that back? I feel like I haven't done that.
The slow-mo?
I haven't done the slow-mo in the last couple of episodes. The last few, actually. Yeah. I think shit got so heavy.
It got too real.
Yeah, it got so heavy that like I didn't want to like my mind didn't even go into, oh, this will be funny if I slowed it down and made myself look like an idiot. Like I didn't even go there. I was just like, oh my god, this is crazy. Do I need to be doing that? Probably need to be doing that again.
Someone asked if I've ever videotaped myself sleeping so that I could see what is going on in my house. Like, so I'm assuming they're like, have you kind of
Investigated your house?
Investigated your house? Hell no, and I don't think I would ever want to do that. I need a safe space. I need a place where I feel safe and comfortable, and I don't want my home to feel anything like some of the places we've investigated.
Great answer. And we have a question. Patrick, how did you feel when you were investigating by yourself? I thought it was terrifying. So did I. That's why I've surrounded myself with
big burly men.
with such handsome burly men.
But that doesn't stop him from wandering away from me when we're in a creepy place, and he's like, "I'll be right back."
Yeah,
I'm
it's like I hear something. I'm like, I'm going there. Yeah,
I have to go over here and get this thing. I'm like, do you mean we have to go over there and get this thing? He's like, no, I'll be right back. It's fine. And I'm just like,
yeah, absolutely. No, the episodes even before Sean joined the team, it was terrifying. Like I don't know why. Like the Rob Canyon, I don't know why the hell I thought it was a great idea to like go out in the middle of winter, trekking through the snow in this random canyon where there's known to be like a demonic force. But I was like, I'm gonna pull up and do this. You know what I mean? So I think that just kind of attributes to what the haunted side just is about. I mean, it's so raw, it's so run and gun, which is why I loved Sean joining the team because he brought that knowledge of documentary filmmaking of just kind of get in there, get it done, and get the hell out. And then the same thing with Jason now as well. Adding to the team and adding to that dynamic. That's what you guys love. I mean, I don't think it would be the haunted side if we if things just got like super overproduced and it was like, oh, watch, there's about to be a noise, like it's almost on cue. I can tell that something's about to happen. That's just not who we are. So doing it alone, don't do that, guys. It was incredibly dangerous. We would never recommend investigating anywhere by yourself. But at that time, that is what I kind of chose to do. But like I said, since then I have come to my senses and have surrounded myself with the best of the best.
Somebody asked, like, put in the comment, like, did you hear that? And I know I've seen that on a lot of videos, like the whole, did you hear that? And I even laughed when I was watching the videos because Patrick is constantly being like, did you hear that?
And I'm constantly saying no.
Yeah, I did that too. But here's one of the reasons why Patrick has to ask us that is because when we are pointing a camera at him in the dark, we've got a light on there. He cannot see us. Mm-mm. It is just plain, just this bright light. He can't see our face. He can't see the shape of ourselves. So when he hears something and he reacts, he looks to us and he can't see if we're reacting.
No,
it's just this white, bright light.
It looks like Jesus is just standing in front of me. I don't see anything other than this giant light.
So he has to ask, did you hear that? Because he can't tell if we're reacting.
Ay, Dios mío, ¿por qué? Yeah.
So I figured that out. I figured that out pretty quick on the first investigation. I'm like, the reason he has to ask all the time is because he can't tell what my reaction is at all. So I could be like, or I could literally be like doing this the whole time.
Do that face one more time. Please let that be your face. Yeah. And he's totally right. And a step further than that, both of them wear headphones during the investigation.
I can't hear
They're
anything.
monitoring the audio anyways to make sure that like my mic pack doesn't die or there's a demon, saying he's about to die.
I had to start taking one of the ears off because he kept going, did you hear that? And what I'm hearing is a lot of lav mics, and that's overpowering everything else. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm missing something here. Not just like, oh, I didn't hear that. I wish I did. But like, I feel like something could sneak up on me and I wouldn't know because my headphones are on. So I just pop an ear off and I'm just like, he's like, do you hear that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, terrifying.
And sometimes there have been times I've heard stuff and I'm like, dude, did you hear that? He's like, no.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just hear.
It's like it's directed at a certain person sometimes, it feels like. Excuse me, Crow Judah says, get some haunted side Daisy Dukes. That's a great
Funny you
idea.
should ask. I'm wearing those too.
Yeah, oh my god. Demonetized.
I'm
Demonetized. Demonetized. Hell yeah.
So let me see what it is. So Francis says every ghost hunter says, "Did you hear that?" And dude, I got chills. So this is true, and I will be able to back up the chills thing because that's one of the things that I can personally say as being somebody who's watched a lot of ghost shows. You hear that all the time, and that's not something that I can ever just like. I mean, I'll try to put into words, but what's really cool is I can put into words, but then you go back and watch the episodes and you can see that there is something to this. So we obviously just did the dude, did you hear that? But the chills thing, the chills is something that was obviously one of the things, like I just said, that I was kind of skeptical about. But it wasn't until I started becoming part of these investigations and going into locations that are more haunted than others, whatever it might be, and I actually started to see that there was a pattern between the chills and the paranormal phenomenon, which was awesome. That I think that we were able to start actually connecting some dots. So, for example, if you go back and watch the Virginia Street Antique Mall episode, there's a moment where Patrick says, "Whoa, dude, I'm getting chills right now." And right when he says that, my audio starts firing up because there's some weird energy interference between his sending of the lav mic and my receiving end of the lav mic. So something interfered with that, which was documented on film. The next thing that happened in that episode as well is Patrick said or he was like talking and then he like kind of ducked because he felt something like tickle his hair. I also got an audio spike right there when that happened. So that was obviously something interfering with the electronics and then the signal. Fast forwarding all the way obviously to what we've been doing recently, the chills almost always correspond to something else that's going on that Patrick can't even see. So there's no way that he could have seen something and pretend to react by saying he has chills. So he'll say, "Dude, I just got chills," right as I see an orb fly out of him or fly into him, or maybe my audio spikes, or maybe something weird happens with the audio where it goes and it starts freaking out. And again, I've used this equipment for a lot of other things. I've used it for weddings, I've used it for commercials, everything that does not have to do with ghosts. It acts the same way except for when I go to shoot things with ghosts involved. So there is actual evidence that we've now been able to tie together between the chills and something visual or something audio. And I think that's something that really sets us apart from other ghost hunters and other ghost shows, is that the chills is like, it's just like a filler sentence for most shows, but it's like, "Dude, I just got chills," and then we cut to an instant replay. It's like right at this moment my audio starts firing or Sean's audio starts firing and you see an orb actually fly behind Patrick's neck where he just touched. So there's some weird stuff that actually happens with that, and hopefully with our show we can kind of validate other people's claims of getting chills, even if they weren't lucky enough to capture that audio or that visual. But we've definitely been lucky, and it is consistent. It is like 99, if not 100% of the time, the chills corresponds to something audio or visual.
Exactly. And one of the best representations of that, and like confirming what you were just saying, is the Eureka Opera House. I don't know if you saw that part yet, Sean, but it's where I think we reviewed it in the moment too. It's where I'm walking on the stage, and there's that ball of light that wasn't from any of our equipment because the only light source was on top of Sean's camera. But that little orb flies down and it goes down like the back of my head, back of my neck, and then like down my shoulders. It actually traces my body. And like a second or two later, I'm like, and it was like head to toe, full body chills. And I had no idea. I mean, I can't see that camera's screen. Like I had no idea. I wasn't even looking at the camera. So I had no idea that happened. I just reacted to whatever was happening in the environment, and it just so happened that we also captured something that was unexplained. And there was dust, and there were bugs, and there were all that stuff throughout the whole thing, and it's pretty easy to determine what is what. And in that instance, that was not a bug, and that was not dust. I mean, it absolutely...
And you'll see, I had that same kind of experience in one of the upcoming videos that you'll see, that was the first time it's ever happened to me, so I totally understand what these guys are talking about. It's pretty weird. I won't spoil it for you, but the experience is creepy.
Somebody said, "No one says it like Patrick, though."
Dude, I got chills.
Dude, look. You know what's funny is like most of the time I have like a long sleeve shirt on, and I'm like trying to show, but I can't because I've got a long
We
sleeve
should
shirt.
do these in sleeveless tanks so you can see our full body chills.
That's a great idea. Dude, what if we investigate naked?
Summertime investigations.
Well, it's been fun, guys. I
Mojitos
gotta
and ghosts.
Oh man. Okay, let's see. I saw some other ones. What makes you stay when you feel the fight or flight chills?
I've had it.
I don't know what makes. I mean,
I have no idea.
just like I guess the fight comes out, and we're like, you know what? Like, I might not be able to turn around and punch you, but what I can do, like Sean said at Winchester, but what I can do is turn around and try and document your ass, because that's what we're trying to do, is to bring light to these strange and crazy paranormal phenomenon that happen all over the world. We're trying to document the real thing and show you guys that. So
that's actually a really good thing. I remember talking about to the pastor actually when I had to go talk to him about the Irika episode. This was the first moment I've either been fight or flight, but the Irika was something completely different. I was literally, and this is a saying, I was scared stiff. I was scared to the point where I was dug into the ground. Like I felt like I was sitting in concrete. I felt like the entire world could not let me move, like something was holding me and just saying like, sit here and you freak the fuck out and you're gonna just deal with it. And I just sat there like, oh my god, like I can't move. And that's why I told you earlier in the live stream, I said I had to make myself laugh so I could get myself to move, because I was holding my heart like, no. I'm not gonna die like this. I swear to God, I'm not gonna die like this.
It's not here in Eureka.
I'm not gonna die. Not here in Eureka. I'll get stuck here, dude. My soul will be stuck here forever. And I had to tell myself to laugh to get my literally break chains so I could get moving, because I was scared completely still. I couldn't move.
Yeah. Somebody said that they love the Antique Mall. So sad it's gone now. If you guys didn't know that, yes, the Antique Mall, the Virginia Street Antique Mall, it actually closed. Not very long after, just weeks after we did the investigation there, it actually closed. A little insider knowledge for the people that are in here. The ladies that owned that store, really good friends of ours now. Ever since then, we've kept in touch. One of them has a ranch house several hours away from Reno. I'm gonna leave it all kind of undisclosed. We obviously can't tell you where they live, but she believes that when they cleared that place out and all of the stuff that was in there and all of that energy that kind of, because we were the first team ever to investigate there, whatever kind of awakened or kind of was brought to light there, she believes actually, now that it is all cleared out, has actually followed her to her ranch, and we're actually in the works of setting that up to actually go out there and document and see if something that was attached to something in there has actually migrated and followed her, because she says that she has like some solid oak dressers, like really old, antique, heavy solid oak dressers that have been slamming against the walls and waking her up. It looked like I was just beating Sean. Just slamming against the walls, waking her up.
That's why you don't want to be hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. So
you don't see that on the camera. He edits all the beats out.
Yeah,
John! You bitch!
Did you hear that? No, I didn't. No.
You hear
Listen.
everything.
You're not listening.
So that is in the works, guys. We want to get out there and see if we can help her out, document that stuff, and maybe even have to get rid of something.
So that actually is an interesting thing, because somebody was just asking in the chat. I saw a couple people ask in the chat, what do we do to protect ourselves? It's a very common question. We hear it a lot. So after my whole experience in Eureka, I started burning sage around my house. Where I actually wore a black tourmaline necklace that my wife made for me to try to ward off evil spirits. And I actually feel like what ended up happening was the spirits got stuck in that necklace, and that's why I couldn't get away from it, is I felt like I was constantly with this thing. And I actually took the necklace off when I was in Tahoe, and I buried it in Tahoe to try to just, if anything, just mentally feel like I was cleansing myself. But burning sage, there's also that type of wood. I always forget the name of the wood that you
Palo Santo?
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's right.
You burn that.
Gonna come and be like, no,
Yeah.
Patrick, you idiot.
Yeah. Just anything. honestly, for if you find the stuff that kind of works for you, but more than anything, it's the kind of stuff that just makes you feel comfortable. You know, it's the stuff that's going to rebuild you from the inside, whether it be religious iconography, whether it be crystals, whether it be sage. Do the thing that makes you feel like you are cleansing yourself from the inside. And if you feel like that's happening with a cross or a big crystal, whatever it might be, if that helps you, do it. But I would recommend doing it. Like, don't just say like I'll figure it out, because for like with me, I didn't really have anything. My wife, she makes jewelry, so she works with raw stones and crystals. So luckily, I always felt like our house was protected. But me as an individual, being in these environments, these negative environments where there could be things that want to hurt you or things that want to make you feel whatever they want to make you feel. If you don't want anything sticking with you, do whatever you need to do to make it feel like you're cleansing yourself of that.
Yeah. I've said it before that if somebody told me that wearing pink would ward off demons, I would do all of these investigations in a tutu. Like that is a real
We
life
have to
thing.
stop him from doing it. Actually, it's
I know, right?
weird.
They tackle me.
every
And just,
time.
no, don't do this.
That's why we shoot from the waist up.
That's outrageous behavior. What else is going on, guys? What else do we have to talk about? I feel like we had so much. What have we?
Don't forget, we're doing this Saturday the live
Stream it.
world's largest ghost hunt. We're
Yes.
going up to Virginia City to the Donovan Mine, hanging out. Donovan,
Close
that's what I
enough.
said.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you hear?
Wow.
We're gonna be there.
Only.
That's my first time going up there. I'm pretty excited to go check it out. I'm pretty excited to hang out with a bunch of people up there. So be sure to pay attention to when we go live then, and if you're in the area.
Yeah, no, we're super stoked. The event's been sold out now, but I'm really excited because it's going to be like a meet and greet. We're going to get to talk to a lot of people that are huge fans of the show, because a lot of people have noticed regionally the stuff that we've been doing out here, and that sold out like really quickly. Actually, like they were pretty amazed, and we've helped raise quite a bit of money for the Comstock Foundation, because that entire event, guys, like we're not getting paid to be there, we're not doing anything. Every single dollar that comes in is all being donated out to the Comstock Foundation, so that they can purchase these properties, so they can restore these properties with intent to turn them into museums. The Donovan Mill, they're actually doing it's within the next couple of months, they're actually going to open the doors to the museum part of that thing now. Yeah, my shoes are having fun there.
Right.
But yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. So if you guys can't make it, if you're not in Reno, if you didn't buy a ticket, no worries. We are going to be live streaming the event for as long as we possibly can.
And we'll shoot some footage there too. We'll have some like stuff to put together. And
No, we won't.
I will.
I'm just kidding.
I can't help myself.
Are you wanting to live stream from your phone?
We'll probably live stream from the phone or
Yeah.
from the iPad.
Mm. I was saying, I remember being up there. My service was pretty bad. Like,
Do you have
FaceTime.
Verizon?
No.
Who do you have?
T-Mobile.
Well, that's why.
I have great service.
I'm kidding.
That's not
I
a
have
real
great
phone
service.
service.
No.
Come on.
So Verizon apparently doesn't have very good service out there. Luckily, I do have AT&T, and I went out and the service was good enough that I think we'll be able to get by with a stream. Ding 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 ding.
For any of you joined not too recently, or just started watch, I don't know. We, like he said a couple times, we got the new episode coming out tomorrow at some point. You can hit the notifications on your YouTubes, and it will tell you when. Look at that beauty. Camera's nice, too.
My God! Look at this, guys. Let's introduce everybody to the fourth member of the haunted side. This is known as the C200.
I told
guys.
you to stop caressing the camera.
I know,
Stop.
like I can't help it. I can't help it. Guys, huge, like unbelievably large shout out to the Lens Loft for letting us use this blah 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 blah, this camera, these lenses, all of this equipment. If you are a filmmaker, if you are a photographer, if you're looking for an amazing company to get the gear from, check out the Lens Loft. Tell them that we sent you, because they're pretty fantastic. Like, I've worked with a lot of companies, and their customer service and everything was like top notch, like
they were super nice.
unbelievably nice. So head on over there if you need a cinematic camera, or not. I mean, everything.
5 of them.
I know, really. Can you imagine?
I don't
I'm
need-
not greedy. I'll just take 3.
Guys, seriously, help us get to the
Thank you,
point where
Caroline.
we use C200s as like our night vision cameras. Like we just have like we have like 43 of them set up in every location. We're like, no big deal. She's a beauty. Oh, you have no idea. When I was editing the Donner Tunnels, yeah, when I was editing the Donner Tunnels, I was literally like, I don't have to do anything. Like, I don't. If I try to color grade this footage, it looks stupid. Like it makes it look stupid. I was like, I just have to trust that Canon's color science is like top fucking notch, and it is. And it looked amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing, guys. Like unbelievable.
Yeah, Canon. I love that. I love that so much about Canon cameras. I got really lucky
Thank
with
you, Andrea.
when I chose my camera line that it was Canon, just because my first camera was Canon, and I've stuck with that line. And the Canon camera color science is out of control. Like I would definitely recommend them for anybody looking to shoot stuff like what we're doing, or just anything. Honestly, like they might not have all the bells and whistles of some of these premium cameras that are coming out, like super high frame rates and stuff like that. But I mean, you guys don't want to watch a 10,000 frame per episode video, because that would take like a year for you guys to get through.
But
so we don't need it. We don't need it.
Oh my god, for real though. Caroline Rose, you are amazing. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
You are fantastic.
Andrea K.
Look, they said the Comstock should have a little bank account set aside from the older times. How much money did they haul out of there? So the families and like the corporations that own that pulled all of the gold and silver out of the Comstock, they're unbelievably wealthy. The Comstock Foundation is actually a separate nonprofit that has come together to actually restore a lot of the stuff that when they were like, there's no more money to be made here, boom, they just packed up and moved out. The Comstock Foundation is different. They actually came in to restore those properties. So they bought those properties from the state, because a lot of it was, in bankruptcy, foreclosure, whatever. They bought it from the state to restore it for historical purposes. So it's a really, really good cause.
So I'm seeing something from Hilda. It's 200, but I don't know what the currency is.
Okay.
So.
That's Norwegian. We talked about this last time. That's
not $200.
No,
it's whatever that converts to. Right.
But we
I think it's like
appreciate it
$20.
nonetheless.
I think it's like $15 or $20.
Yeah.
No, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
Everything.
Look forward to the new release with that. I am CT2. Did you mean to say you were Canon too? Maybe. See?
Or she's a QT too.
Oh, hey, there you go. I like it. Have you had anything that was not paranormal scare the shit out of you during an investigation? That actually happens a lot more.
There's one in an episode coming up that, like, we knew it was there. Like, there's a thing there. We're not going to spoil it, but we walked past it. We saw it in the walkthrough. This thing is here. And we walk past it in the dark, investigating and everything. We do some stuff. We turn around, and it scared the hell out of him.
It
He's
did.
Like, jeez.
Yeah, no.
Me.
It was
Didn't have a
pretty. Yeah, it was pretty terrifying. A lot of times it's animals too. Like animals, like I almost get like they know. Like they're like, look at these guys. Let's scare the hell out of them. Watch this. I'm just gonna like fly down and make this guy shit his pants.
It's when I had my my H5 audio recorder on the top of my rig, and then I'd like turn and rub your shoulder, and it would make my audio go so loud because it's like the mic rubbing it, and all I hear in one ear, because it's like a directional mic, is just like I was like ah, and I like look to my right, I'm like oh my god, it was just my audio. Like that always scares me, and it happens a lot. Like that happens so much that you guys would probably be more scared of me screaming if we would have kept those as part of the episodes, and then most of the stuff that we captured, because I'm always walking and it rubs against the wall. I'm like, ah!
And we put limiters on the volume so that nothing goes super crazy. But Sean probably would have blown out the limiter and just been like,
there's times where we're walking around in the dark, and it's not too hard to trip over something or knock something over ourselves. So it's a bang, and then one of us will be like, "Oh, what was that?" And he's like, "Sorry, it's me." sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Robert brought up a good point. Yeah, at the antique mall, when I opened that old time refrigerator and I opened up and that head was staring at me, that scared the ever living shit out of me.
You don't expect something to be staring back, honestly.
No.
So what it is,
I did not. I was like, oh, this is just a freezer. Holy shit! And the ladies, I edited enough, but they both. I mean, Lisa and Laura, they were like screaming.
They were like scream laughing, but I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, the whole time.
I was like, it was like my first investigation. I was like sitting back, and then they're like, Patrick was like, oh my god, like walking around. The ladies were walking around like, ah! And I was like,
and Sean's like, what the hell is going on?
What's over there? What could be over there? I don't get.
Don't worry, it's just a head in the freezer, and he's like, oh, I won't worry about it. It's a what?
I was actually more relieved at what it was than anything. I thought I was about to walk over to like somebody actually dead in that refrigerator.
Listen,
like
I can handle severed heads. I can't handle ghosts.
Oh,
you showed me severed heads all day.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so here we go. When you guys are on an investigation and you need the loo, which I'm sure you do you ever get scared to go to the toilet on your own? Yes.
That's why he makes me come with him.
Exactly. I'm like, nope. Make sure the audio.
I'm like, do you want to go down? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was happening.
Anytime Patrick went anywhere that wasn't with me, usually he's still mic'd, which is really funny. But I'll just like, I know I'm by myself, so I just pull out my phone and I just play Pokemon Go. I'm just like, I'm not here right now. Like, I'm not here by myself. I'm not here.
And then it's like ghost Pokemon.
He's
like,
actually, I'm like, gotta capture it. But no, honestly, so what was so epic was on the last investigation that I did with the Hughes and Porter one. I don't know if it made it. I don't think it made it into the episode. But at the very end of the night, when we were done filming, Patrick had to go back up to the top of the building to go grab our digital recorder that we left in that room where we captured those figures cutting the wrists and the door slamming on us and all stuff. And so I have my headphones on. Patrick's like, all right, I'm gonna go grab the digital recorder. So I was like, all right. So I like pull my phone. I start playing Pokemon Go, and I hear him like going up the stairs, like kind of talking, like still like as if he's like still filming the episode. He's like, all right, if there's anybody up here, I'm just grabbing the digital recorder, and I'll be out of your way in a second. And Patrick like picks up the digital recorder, and then he hears something kind of like crash behind him, and then he starts like going like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden you just hear bah 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 bah. And I'm just sitting there, and all I can do is hear it. All I can do is hear it. And I'm just sitting on my phone like,
well, he's dead.
I was like, God damn it. Like, God damn it. I want out. I want out of here. I want out. And Patrick comes out like, dude, you won't guess what happened. I was like, Patrick, I heard every second of it. I know what happened. I'm not happy about it. He's like, dude. I was like, was that slamming you? And he's like, no, that something slammed like 3 times right next to me. And it was loud. I just heard, bah, bah, bah. And it's like, okay. But I'm like literally sitting there with my camera in one hand and like playing Pokemon Go in the other, listening to Patrick die 3 stories above me. And I'm just like, I want out of this building, dude. I want out.
Yeah, notice he never said, and I ran up to save his life.
Yeah, no. He's like, no. At that point, I wouldn't even want him to run up there. I'd be like, no, Sean. Like,
yeah, I know you used to reach your mic like, Sean, run! Get the fuck out of here! I'm like, all right, 10-4, I'm out.
Don't do it. Like,
I love my family. I love them.
They're taking me home. The demons are taking me home. Just get out of here while you can.
I'm like, all right, Patrick, I have the footage. It's on the SD card.
Oh my god. Like, actually, guys, I cannot believe it, but the camera, I think it actually did make it in the episode. Whenever I walk back down and I'm holding that night vision camera, and I say it overheated, I hate it, but these cameras, whenever they overheat, whatever file is on there doesn't save. It doesn't like in the file and then save what was recorded and then just go. That file gets corrupted, and it sucks because I didn't stop it afterwards. Like, I noticed, like, when I'm walking up there, I'm holding it, it's recording, and then at some point it overheated when some shit slammed and scared the shit out of me, and I came running back down the stairs. But that file got corrupted. We have the audio from the digital recorder, and it's hilarious because I'm like, okay, here's the digital recorder, like, hopefully you said something. Slam.
You want me to say something?
Yeah. It was 3 huge slams, and I was just sitting there. at the bottom of the stairwell, just like, Patrick's dying up there. Patrick is fucking dead. He's dead. But I did catch some awesome Pokemon, if you guys were wondering. There was a lot of cool Pokemon down in that region.
So it's not all lost.
Yeah, it's not total loss.
Yeah, it was collateral damage. This is the most entertaining video ever. You guys are hilarious. Thank you so much, Andrea. That means a lot. We go to great lengths to be as entertaining as I'm just kidding.
This is all pre-scripted. We wrote this out a week ago.
I know, right?
Cue
Everybody.
cards right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. There's just some
Exactly,
dude
yeah.
just changing out the cards.
Line.
Yeah.
What is your favorite equipment to use, or your most effective equipment? My favorite equipment is probably the SLS camera. I've been saying that for a while now. The SLS camera, I love that thing because it's literally just mapping something that has a humanoid shape in front of us where there's nothing that should be there. Like, that's pretty terrifying, and it's in that ultraviolet IR spectrum of light, which is crazy because we can't see it, but it is mapping something that is there. That is probably my favorite right now.
Yeah, on the Virginia Street Antique Mall episode 2, there was a really cool moment where I think it was in that episode. I can't remember which one it was, but there was a moment where a figure gets mapped and Patrick goes to Patrick. I don't even remember if you were aware that the figure was there, but you said something like, "My arm is getting really cold," and there there was a figure like touching you on that side, which was really cool. Like that was really cool.
I do remember that. That was the Antique Mall. Yeah. And that was whenever they heard that weird noise. Remember, it was right after, and then they heard that weird noise. It was like 3 taps, and it went along the ceiling.
Yeah.
And you were like, that wasn't. And you were like, that wasn't one of you guys. And they're like, no, that was.
Yeah.
It was Lisa and Lori over there, like freaked out.
That was like my first episode, so I was like questioning everything.
Yeah, exactly right. He's like, no.
I'm still questioning everything.
Yeah.
There's been a couple times in some of the investigations I've been on where I just straight up look at Patrick and I'm like, was that you?
Yeah.
And he's just like,
and I'm holding all of the equipment and just being like, no, it wasn't.
Famous line is, "I wish it was."
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know what it is then.
Yeah.
And that whole fight or flight mentality that we talked about earlier, I don't know why. Usually I'm the flight guy, but I'm so interested in finding out what just did whatever scared the hell out of me that I'm just like, sure, I'll keep walking into the darkness to see what threw that. Why not? And I think multiple times during a couple of the investigations, I say out loud, like, this is not smart. What we're doing is not smart. We should leave. And then I just keep walking.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I thought I saw.
Oh, we're doing this now?
Yeah, you just have to.
Yeah, at midnight we turn into a freaking.
Is it midnight?
No,
not quite yet.
Not yet.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
That has been a very long day.
And we still have an episode to do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Finish up, wrap up. It's coming out tomorrow. 99.9997%.
2.
Always,
Point 2.
always room for error.
Pumpkins.
I
don't know why
that is
that's awesome.
God willing that the editors, the editing software holds up.
Oh, it will, or I will.
Oh, it will.
I will be. No, I was pissed, guys. I actually had to downgrade my OS back an entire thing. I lost so much crap because, I mean, it's, computers are fucking computers. It's in the computer. But I lost a bunch of stuff. But I was like, I have to, and I'm still running the older OS because it's the only thing that will run Final Cut right now. So I was just kind of like, oh god, but you have to do what you have to do to get these goddamn episodes out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we haven't been sitting on our butt. Like, it's been a long time between episodes. We haven't been sitting there doing nothing. It has been a long haul to get episodes filmed, to get me kind of integrated into the team, overcome technical difficulties. The whole time I'm getting text after text from Patrick being like, we got to get something out. Like, people are wanting stuff, and we see you guys requesting more and more episodes. It's not like we're just like, we'll get to it.
We even see the hostile ones. Like, there's people who are like, I will literally murder you if I don't get a new Haunted Side episode now. Like, I will find you. I'm like, holy shit.
You do realize if you do that, you're never getting an episode, right?
Well, maybe you'll be talking
It's
to
a
me.
whole different Haunted Side.
I know, dude, for real though. Oh my god.
Somebody asked what kind of got me into wanting to do investigations. It's a longer story, but the short of it is I worked in a very old movie theater back in the day that was legit haunted, and I saw doors opening and closing that shouldn't have, and other people saw it too, and I've always wanted to kind of investigate to see kind of what does that. And so that's why I'm doing it now.
that is extremely concise.
It's a long story.
And, dude,
it's a long story. But I had loved ones that had paranormal experiences. They would tell me about them when I was younger, and when I started having some paranormal experiences myself, I was like, well, I don't think they were just blowing smoke up my butt. And actually, I'm really trying to revisit a part of that. I've been talking to Patrick about it. I'm in communication with possibly investigating a location that has previous experiences with my family, that I grew up hearing stories about this place, and there's a possibility we might get to investigate that location, which I'm pretty excited about.
That would be awesome. This is a great question. What do you guys do when you're not filming or producing? We're wishing that we're filming or producing.
We're just waiting to go and do the next thing. I watch a lot of movies. I hang out with my family.
That is an excellent response.
I do photography to relax.
I try to play golf. You might see a couple of those posts every once in a while where I'm like, ghost hunter in the daylight, and I'm like,
how was that again? Birdie.
I play Xbox. I play Xbox quite a lot. So.
What's the pirate game?
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. If any of you guys have
Fallout.
Xbox and you're playing Sea of Thieves, or you're just playing Xbox and you see me online, I guess you guys could follow me. I see no harm in that.
Yeah.
Gamer tag Striker Osiris with a Y for Striker space Osiris. Go ahead, send me a friend request. We'll sail the seas.
I thought you were gonna say like your tag was like, fuck this, I'm out. This place is insane. I'm done.
That's too many words.
0-1.
Gamer tag is
it was already taken.
Canada investigations, hell yeah. We definitely want to make it up
I always
there.
wanted to go to Canada.
You got your passport?
Yes.
All right, we're going to Canada. Let's make this happen.
Let's do it right now.
We're
on our way.
I would love
Here
to
we
be a
go.
ghost hunter, but it's kind of hard when you live in a small rural town.
That's the best place, man.
That is
That's Nevada.
Yeah, that is like
That's all we got.
You just described every piece of Nevada that has been like the scariest thing so far.
That's where the creepy people are.
What place do y'all dream or wish to investigate? I definitely want to get back into Waverly Hills, Bobby Mackey's, and then there's another tuberculosis hospital that's on the coast in Connecticut.
Only ghost hunters are like, I would love to visit a tuberculosis hospital.
Yeah, it's not as big as
great.
Waverly. It's only about 36,000 square feet, so a little bit bigger than Winchester Mystery House, but it's on a cliff overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, and that would be unbelievable.
I want to go to the Winchester Mystery House. I'm kind of jealous that I wasn't there for that one.
By the way, Return to Winchester Mystery House is also in the works. They're getting through their Halloween season, doing their Unhinged. There's an escape room in the Winchester Mystery House right now, and axe throwing.
Seriously?
Yeah. For
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I know. Well, hey, Sarah Winchester.
Since I'm new to this whole thing, I haven't been to a lot of places, but Winchester would be fun. Living near Virginia City, like I'll go anywhere at Virginia City. That's also awesome. Where else? There was one place that I'm totally blanking on now. The Kerry house in Placerville, I would love to do.
Oh, we are doing that one. Yeah, Gene over at Haunted Hangtown Ghost Tours. We've been in communications back and forth. Again, Halloween season. For a lot of these places, it's like their bread and butter. So it probably will happen after Halloween. But yeah, Kerry House, we're going to do. The cemetery out there, we're going to do. And there was another spot that he was talking about was super haunted. Also, we're getting a lot of stuff, people asking for a P.O. box to send stuff and to send fan mail. It is in the works. We will have that up soon. And what's going to happen is I'm just going to give you Sean's address.
Send me those crystals.
Yeah, exactly.
Send me Superman memorabilia. Big Superman fan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Huge.
We're learning. Look at that.
I have a Superman tattoo.
So, what would be your kryptonite?
I don't know.
pumpkin
Junk
spice
food.
lattes.
Oh, I love
PSL.
pumpkin spice.
I just had. Oh
I
my
don't like
God.
the pumpkin spice lattes too much because they're too syrupy, but I love like pumpkin spice muffins and
Oh,
any
yeah.
bread type material. Like
bread type
spice.
material.
It doesn't have to be
This
actual
is
bread.
material.
It doesn't have to be actual. They can be fake bread. I don't care.
I'm
I
about to
had
eat
a
this
pumpkin
pumpkin.
spice scone from Starbucks yesterday.
Those are so
Oh my
good.
god, I was in heaven. I had to eat it in like 4 sittings. It was massive.
They're
Damn.
like
It was-
that
it was-
big and they're
yeah.
frosted.
Yeah.
And it's,
Oh,
you
let's
just
go.
feel
Let's go.
yourself
All right,
getting
we're-
fatter
Goodbye,
and
guys.
you
We're
get-
Bye guys. Yeah. Somebody join Patreon because we need to buy 3 pumpkin scones right now. Let's
We are.
do this,
Come
We are
guys.
on.
basic bitches. We need them.
For
We
real
need
though,
it.
I had
Yeah.
a grande pumpkin spice latte made with breve and 4 shots of espresso.
They have pumpkin spice cold brews.
Why did you tell me this?
Oh yes,
Gotta
I was
go.
gonna say that too. Yes,
We gotta
I'm
go.
all about pumpkin spice
I'm
or
sorry.
cold brews, but
Oh yeah.
pumpkin spice cold brews are amazing.
Listen, we're basic bitches.
Yep.
I mean, unfortunately.
We should get a Starbucks sponsorship.
I know, guys. Hello, hashtag Starbucks. You know, Jesus.
Mine espresso.
Oh God! Wait a second. I can't say that anymore.
Haunted side
We need
latte.
mine
Mine
espresso.
espresso.
That was funny.
Boom.
That was drinking coffee, not just.
Look, somebody. Look, she said golf. I can see that. What does that mean?
You can if you visit his Instagram.
I know, yeah. If you would like to see it, I'll live stream that. 18 holes, bitch.
I love the sports ball.
Oh Christ, that is funny. I saw. Hold on a second. I saw something like super blast from the past. Kyle Robson. Holy shit, dude. He was in Shorelines Inn. He was in a band that I was in back in like 2004, maybe before that. Dude, long time fucking no
Dude.
talk.
Did you hear that?
I did. I dropped the dude bomb. That is insane. Yeah, I haven't even heard your name or talked to you in like over 10 years. Like probably even longer than that.
It's been
Hi.
26 years for me.
Yeah, it's 40.
Love this stuff, dude. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, we've got some crazy stuff coming out. If you're out, Kyle's out. He's probably still in Texas. But yeah, if you're ever around Nevada, dude, let me know. Or if we might be heading to Texas here pretty soon. I know Goatman's Bridge has been one that people have asked a lot. But there's another. There's a hotel. It's actually called the Exorcist House Hotel, and it's about 2.5, maybe 3 hours east of Dallas. It's just past Tyler, almost Louisiana. But they sent us an email and they were like, "Hey, do you guys want to come and stay in our hotel called the Exorcist House Hotel,
No.
where there's only
There was only
30.
17 murders.
yeah, no.
This
So
year.
hopefully
Yeah.
we'll be out in Texas here pretty soon. I missed that. I need like a Texas visit. You know, like every once in a while you just need to go home and like get that vibe going again.
Yeah, I'd love to go home right now. I came from work to here. I'd love to go home. My bed's
Damn.
home.
Look at that. Look, Superman is the best. Boom.
Absolutely.
I live in Seattle. You gotta try pumpkin spice mocha. Way better. Okay, I'm down.
Pumpkin
I'm
spice, insert here. That's fine.
Yeah, no, just like literally put pumpkin spice in anything. We'll try it at least. What is
Pumpkin pie Pop Tarts. Have y'all experienced the
Mm.
joy that is a pumpkin pie Pop
That's
Tart?
pretty good.
No.
I'm pretty sure I gain 20 pounds on those things every year.
Yeah, probably because your battery is
1%.
is nowhere near that of the iPhone 11 Pro Max S73. This is ugly though. I'm not gonna lie. Like
No, I
this,
like it.
this
I
looks
dig it.
stupid.
Have
Like,
you seen
Yeah.
that? Have you seen
I dig
that meme that's going around with the picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger holding that rocket launcher
Yeah.
as the Ford, like,
Yeah.
and they put it around that, so it looks like he's holding.
I would have that.
Dude, it's so epic.
Oh, that is.
What movie is that
hilarious.
from? Is that from? That's not.
Commando.
Okay, I was gonna say I knew it was around like the Predator era because he was ripped.
The Predator
He was
era.
shredded.
All right, guys. I think that's probably gonna do it.
Yeah.
We all got some stuff to do, which is
We gotta finish the
editing the
episode.
videos, getting the voiceovers done, so we can get this episode out tomorrow. So any last minute patrons, if you guys want to go join up, please do. so busy for October, and every little bit helps. So head on over patreon.com/thehauntedSide. Once again, everybody welcome Jason. Sean, he's staying. He's going to be part of the team. He's just taken a little step back from doing the investigations in light of what happened in Eureka. I'm going to be the same annoying self that I always am. Thank God you guys at least like it enough to watch a 30-minute video.
This is true.
Other than that, guys, thank you so much. We will catch you on Saturday. We're live streaming from the Donovan Mill. Tune in for that. And if you haven't already, hit the notification bell because the Donner Tunnels episode is going to go up tomorrow at some point. I'm just going to say it. Like, no more
I
99.
will watch it while drinking a pumpkin spice something.
Oh, that's a great idea.
While ordering cameras and all your camera equipment from Lens Loft.
Yes! Shout out to the Lens Loft.
I'm just kidding. But they are amazing, honestly. We really appreciate everything that they've done. So if you guys are interested in getting any gear, definitely check them out because they are a couple of badasses that definitely want to hook you guys up. So,
Hell yeah.
all right. Thanks. Love you all.
How do we
Thanks!
end this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to do something like
you
this.
guys
Love
do
you.
something.
Bye.
Have a wonderful time.
Love you. Bye. Love you.
We're trying.
Oh my Christ.
Love you.
Ah!